Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. To you I say Shalom. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the flock of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. Now this is Psalms chapter 9 and verse 16. The Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Alright? So now the point I wanted to bring out is the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, is known by the judgments that they execute. Right? What is Sodom and Gomorrah known for? It's known for sodomy, but it's also known for the judgment that came upon the place. What is Egypt known for? Egypt is known for the captivity of the Israelites, but it's also known for the plagues that were put upon that place, right? These are the things that, these are judgments, these are some of the judgments that the Most High puts on upon a place and a people, man, all right? He puts it upon the people for the wickedness, and he puts it upon the place because the place be defiled, right? It's like when he flooded the whole entire earth. That wasn't just for no reason, right? That was to destroy because the earth was wicked, man. Not the earth of the land itself, but the people in it was wicked, man. All right. He only spared 8 people out of that, man. He only spared 8 people and animals, right? 7 of clean animals and 2 of unclean animals, right? But he is known by the judgment that he executed, man. All right. Let me jump over to the book of Job, chapter 32 and verse 9. Great men are not always wise, neither do the aged understand judgment. All right, just because somebody's in a high position on the earth, all right, just because somebody has a lot of riches, even though they may be considered great men in the eyes of man, doesn't mean that they're wise, man. All right, because there's homeless people out there that'll spit out more wisdom than a rich man. Just because you have a good position doesn't mean you're wise. And just because you're older doesn't mean you understand judgment. Just because you're old doesn't mean you're wise either, right? But just because you see old people, right? Old Jake out there will be 56 years old with a bunch of health problems, chowing down on shrimp, crab, lobster, pork, and they're puzzled why they're sick. Oh, they'll say things like, "Oh, the Lord works in mysterious ways." No, he's judging you. He's known by his judgment. He's judging you with plagues because you are defiling your temple, man. He's judging you because you're breaking the law, and you're breaking the dietary law. Dietary law says you can't eat shrimp, crab, lobster. You can't eat pork. You can't even touch pork if it's dead, man. You can't touch a pig if it's dead, right? Because that defiles your temple. Those are unclean animals that you're consuming, and now you're sick, but you don't understand the judgment. All right, understanding judgment is a crucial thing, man. If you don't understand judgment, you're gonna get put to death, right? Because if you don't understand judgment, that means you don't fear Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. The fear of the Lord is how you understand judgment, because you understand that if you go off, He will judge your ass. All right, that's how it works. All right, let me jump over to Proverbs chapter 28. Proverbs 28 and 5. Evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek the Lord Yahweh understand all things. That's right, man. Because when we seek the Lord, He pours wisdom unto us, man. Because one of the things you should be asking for is wisdom, right? It's like King Solomon. King Solomon the Lord came to King Solomon and told him, "Yo, what do you want? You can have anything you want." He asked for more wisdom, man. He asked for to be able to discern judgment. That's what he asked for. All right, let me jump over to 1 Kings chapter 3. All right, let me start at verse 6. 1 Kings 3 and 6. And Solomon said, Thou hast showed unto thy servant David my father great mercy, according as he walked before thee in truth and in righteousness, and in uprightness of heart with thee. And thou hast kept for him this great kindness, that thou hast given him a son to sit on his throne, as it is this day. And now, O Lord, my power, thou hast made thy servant king instead of David my father, and I am but a little child. I know not how to go or to come in. And thy servant is in the midst of thy people which thou hast chosen, a great people that cannot be numbered nor counted for multitude. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this thy so great a people? All right. King Solomon asked the Lord for discernment to judge the people. Right. To know how to judge is to understand judgment. Right. Verse 10. And this speech pleased the Lord, that Solomon had asked this thing. And the Most High said unto him, Because thou hast asked this thing, and hast not asked for thyself long life, neither hast asked riches for thyself, nor hast asked the life of thine enemies, but hast asked for thyself to understand, to discern judgment. Behold, I have done according to thy words. Lo, I have given thee a wise and understanding heart, so that there was none like thee before thee, neither after thee shall any arise like unto thee. All right. King Solomon asked for the wisdom to judge and discern judgment upon the chosen people of Israel, and he got that plus more, man. Because that was a wise thing for ask for. Because if you don't understand judgment, you don't understand life, man. All right. But let me jump back to Psalms chapter 9. Psalms chapter 9, verse 16 again. The Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the works of his own hands. All right. And I brought out our mention about the judgment of Sodom and Gomorrah, the judgment of the earth being flooded, the judgment of Egypt. All right. Let me just bring out an example of Egypt. All right. Exodus chapter 14, starting at 27. And Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to its strength when the morning appeared, and the Egyptians fled against it, and the Lord Yahweh overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea. All right, this is when after the Israelites crossed through the Red Sea. All right, the sea was divided, so there was a wall of water on each side, and the Israelites crossed through. And when the chariots of the Egyptians came through, that's when the sea fell upon them. And that's why it says it overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea, in the middle of the ocean. No, ocean or sea. Great body of water. Verse 28, And the waters returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen, and all the hosts of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them. There remained not so much as one of them. Every single one died, man. All right? And when a great wall of water falls on top of you, that's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pounds of pressure. So the water falling on top of you itself could kill you. It could crush your bones, right? If two great walls of water falls on top of you and it breaks your arms and your legs, how you gonna swim out of that, man? So that's an agonizing death, right? So now you're in agony, pain, bones are broken, right? Your neck could be broken, anything could be broken. Right, you got this armor on, so it's harder, even harder to swim, and now you're drowning. That's a great judgment, man. All right, verse 29. But the children of Israel walked upon dry land in the midst of the sea, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. Right, yeah, on the left and the right side were two walls of water. All right. Like if somebody took a bucket of water and threw it at somebody unsuspectingly, that bucket of water could knock somebody down, right? And that's just a bucket. How much more a wall of water, man? All right. Verse 30. Thus the Lord Yahweh saved Israel that day out of the hand of the Egyptians, and Israel saw the Egyptians dead upon the seashore. And Israel saw the great work that the Lord Yahweh did upon the Egyptians, and the people feared the Lord Yahweh and believed the Lord and his servant Moses. All right. What made them believe? When they saw the judgment, man. When they saw the judgment, they believed, and that's when they started to fear. All right. Because the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. All right. What will make you fear more if you've seen judgment firsthand, man? By experiencing judgment, you understand, man. As if you're open to it, right? Just because you experience judgment doesn't mean you can understand it. That's why the scripture says, neither do the age understand judgment. Because even they're living through it. They're living through captivity. You got old Jake in here, 70, 80, 90 years old, in Babylon, in America today, that have no idea what's going on, man. All right? And that's a captivity beyond, man. Because this is the only captivity where we don't know our identity. So you got Jake out there, 70, 80, 90 years old, talking about they're African American. Even though they're older than the term African American was fucking created, man. But you gotta understand judgment to understand things, man. I'm gonna get one more and I'm gonna wrap it up. Let me jump over to Jeremiah chapter 16. Jeremiah 16 and 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that it shall be no more said, the Lord liveth that brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north. That land of the north is Babylon, aka America. And from all the lands whither he had driven them, and also the four corners of the earth, right? Because there's Israelites in every nation upon the earth. That's part of the curses that will be scattered, right? When you scatter a people, they have no homeland. But what also happens is the scattered people have children in those places they've been scattered to, and now you have Israelites looking like other nations, other nationalities. But they're still Israelites according to the seeds of their father, and those Israelites, if they're part of the elect, part of the 1/3, they will be redeemed from the four corners of the earth, man, and brought into the Holy Land by the way of chariots. All right. Jeremiah 16 and 15. But the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. All right. Why is that? Why are we not going to bring them Egypt no more? Because the exile, not exile, Salakia. Because the exodus from Babylon, from the exodus from America, is going to be so great that it's not going to compare to Egypt. And Egypt was a marvelous turn of events, man. All right, you have the Israelites in captivity, and you got plagues pounding Pharaoh, plagues pounding Egypt, and he still wouldn't let him go because the Most High hardened his heart. Then you got the death angel, which was Yahushai, that killed every firstborn animal and person, man. And the cry was so great that a cry like that was never replicated on earth again, man. That's how great the exodus out of Egypt was, man. But the exodus of America is even going to be more fantastic, man. Because it's going to be racing against nuclear missiles, right? You're going to have the chariots of Yahushai and Yahushai raining down judgment on this place, right? But also raining down salvation by beaming up the elect and the 1/3 into the chariots to take them out of this place, man. But 2/3 of our people and everybody else is going to have to die in America, man. All right? This place is gonna be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles, but the exodus of this place, man, is gonna be a beautiful thing, man. Let me get one more. I'm gonna wrap it up. Let me jump over to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. I'll start from the top. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. All right, this salvation is now it's going to be outstanding to them because they don't they have no idea about what's to take place, even though they've been told it. Not only they don't believe it, they can't understand it. Right? Even don't know how our salvation is going to truly look like. Right? We understand what's going to take place. We don't know how it's going to look exactly. All right. So even then, it's going to be a marvelous thing to see, man. It's like it's better than a spoiler alert for a movie, because if somebody tells you the plot or the storyline or the ending of a movie, once you watch a movie already knowing the ending, it's gonna kill that movie for you. But we know the ending of America, and we can't wait to get there, man. We can't wait to see it, man. Oh, this is gonna happen. That's gonna happen. Oh, I gotta see this, man. I gotta see this. All right, Lord willing, we get to see this, man. All right. Verse 3, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. A proverb is a saying. A saying of reproach is basically it's a Hebrew way of saying we talk shit about, right? We had him in derision and sometimes in a proverb of reproach, Slakia. Let me see if I could Google this word derision. Derision, contemptuous ridicule or mockery. Let's Google this word contemptuous. Showing contempt, scornful. So you got scornful, ridicule, or mockery. And when something is scornful, it cuts your soul, man. It cuts your spirit, right? This Wisdom of Solomon 5:3. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness and made his end to be without honor. Right? We accounted, we thought he was crazy. We thought they were crazy. And his end to be without honor, man. But they don't understand judgment. This is another thing. 2/3 don't understand judgment, right? They don't understand that we're out on the highways and byways. We're making these lessons. We're reading the scriptures. We're praying, right? We're fasting because we fear Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. But also we understand judgment, right? If you know that, let's say if you were crossing the street without looking, you know if you cross the street without looking, you're going to get hit by a car. So you wouldn't do that. We understand that there are certain things we can and cannot do, and the things we cannot do, we don't do, because we're gonna get hit by a car, man. We're gonna get hit by that semi truck, and we don't want to get hit by that semi truck, because that semi truck driver he wouldn't be at fault for hitting somebody crossing the street, and they didn't look both ways before they crossed. It's like the Most High is not at fault when He judges people, man. All right, He's not at fault, man. Everything Yahweh Bashim Yahushai does is in righteousness. And we have to understand that. We do understand that. But most will never get it, man. Alright, but I'm going to wrap it up with that. No, actually, Salaki, let me read verse 5 and I'll wrap it up. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, verse 5. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lot is among the saints? That's it, man. That's a basically rhetorical question. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High? We understood the judgment, man. All right. Lord willing, we're part of that number. But I'm gonna wrap it up with that. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone that rule well. And peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. Until next time, Shalom and Abad Babal.